Matt.
Is that Matthew? Shop Matthew?
Yeah.
Do you live locally, Matt?
Lancashire.
Whereabouts in Lancashire do you live?
Why?
What's your surname, Matthew?
Why? Oh, this is a bit bizarre, this.
Well, it's not bizarre, Matthew. I want to know why you're looking at police vehicles, to be honest. I'm
well,
not happy because there's this much interest in the vehicle.
It's just, I don't know, I've just explained what I'm doing.
Right, just stand still, because you're being very edgy and I don't know why.
You're making me edgy, there's 3 years here, because I've took a picture of the police van.
I've asked you your name, right?
You're also doing them, aren't you?
So tell me your name, please.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Why? Say?
Why are you still videoing?
Because I'm nervous.
You don't need to be nervous. At the end of the day, you've got interest in the police vehicle, so that must mean you're also an interest in the police. So having
no, not at all.
Well,
it's just
looking at the vehicle. Well, that's all we're asking. You've done nothing wrong. There's nothing to be worried about, is there?
Instead of calmly observing the situation, the officers immediately ask the auditor for his name and why he is filming, even though they later admit that he has done nothing wrong. Filming from a public place, including a police van, is completely legal. Despite this, the officers treat the activity as suspicious and demand explanations without any legal basis. Their questions are not part of a genuine investigation. They appear to be searching for a reason to justify their actions after the fact. Once they admit that no offense has been committed, there is no lawful reason to continue pressuring the auditor. Their behavior shows a lack of respect for the public's rights and raises concerns about their understanding of the law.
I've told you I'm just putting them on to upload to Flickr.
Because it's not just a picture from afar. You've spent specific time looking around the vehicle at the front and specifically in the cab of the vehicle, and that to me...
I've only got a few pictures, I'm just getting the right ones, I'm not...
Videos of the whole thing, I've been watching you, that's why I've come downstairs.
Yeah, it's just a video and there's YouTube as well.
But why?
Why not? There's no reason why not, is there?
Why specific interest in that vehicle?
It's not just that one, I just said I'm going to go and get the others, all the other marked vehicles and pictures and stuff.
Okay, but to us, do you see why that might be of a concern? That someone's taking note about vehicles and police transportation? I'll be honest with you, I'm concerned about your actions and your behaviour. Because you're very, like I say, you're very sort of defensive and very sort of...
I've got 3 police people stood here. 1, 2, 3. That's why I'm nervous.
The officers claim that the auditor is being too defensive, but that argument falls apart when you consider the situation. He is not reacting without reason. He is responding to the pressure of being surrounded by several uniformed officers while carrying out a lawful activity. When 3 officers approach a single member of the public, there is an obvious imbalance of power. Criticizing the auditor for calmly defending himself is unfair. Rather than handling the situation professionally and calmly, the officers create unnecessary tension and then blame the auditor for reacting to it. This is not good policing. It is unprofessional and risks damaging public trust.
It's a conversation.
Right, well, yeah, it's like I say, just pictures for Flickr.
Right, so can you give the colleague the details then? So it protects you at the end of the day, doesn't it? Because if anything ever does come of it, or we've got any concerns, we can say...
Nothing's going to come of it, I'm not doing that, I'm just taking some pictures.
But you also need to understand that people don't always tell the police the truth, yeah? Especially if they have something to hide or something they don't want to know about. So if that's not the case, then by all means help us to help you rectify that. Yeah? So if you're saying you've done nothing wrong, and I'm not saying that you have, I'm just asking you the questions of what you're actually doing. If you've done nothing wrong and you've got nothing to hide, and there'll be no reason why you aren't happy to pass your details to my colleagues so we can make sure who you are, yeah?
The officer suggests that if someone has nothing to hide, they should willingly provide their personal details. That argument completely misunderstands the basic principles of British law. In the UK, people are not required to prove their innocence or provide personal information unless officers have a lawful reason to request it. Refusing to give personal details does not make someone suspicious. It simply means they are exercising their legal rights. The officer's comments attempt to make lawful behavior appear suspicious, revealing either a misunderstanding of the law or a disregard for the rights of the public.
That makes sense, doesn't it? That's a rational request. That's not about being scared of police or anything like that.
Yeah, but I know, but I just don't want my details putting in the system.
It's not about this is us making a note so we know who you are. We need to know who people are on a daily basis, don't we?
Yeah, but I don't want to be on the system though, as a...
You're not going to go...
Whatever.
It's just, you're just a person. You keep details every single day of the week. That's our
Yeah, if they're like under suspicion of up to no good.
It's not about that. You need to understand that you're very people while asking these questions. Yeah? And you're not really giving us an answer.
I have done. I'll give you an answer straight away.
We've got the details so we can verify it all. That's all we're asking.
I've told you what I'm doing though.
Right, but I'm not happy with what you're saying, Matthew.
Great.
I'll be honest.
So I have to give them the details then?
I'm asking you politely to give them colleague details, yeah.
The auditor clearly explains that he is taking a photograph of the police van for his Flickr account. That is a perfectly legal and harmless activity. However, the officer dismisses his explanation, saying it is not a satisfactory answer, and continues demanding his personal details. Police powers are not based on whether an officer likes or accepts someone's explanation. They must be based on the law. The auditor gave a reasonable answer, and the officer's personal dissatisfaction does not create reasonable suspicion. What is concerning is how quickly that dissatisfaction turns into a demand for identification. This gives the impression that personal feelings are taking priority over professional judgment.
Well, I have to.
You need to.
Right, I'll tell you what, we'll search you under Section 43.
Section 43, the most abused,
Counter-terrorism Act.
the most abused section there is. You do know that's an unlawful. I'm not going anywhere. You do know that's an unlawful arrest.
It's not an arrest.
It's an unlawful arrest.
I'm not arresting
It's
you.
an unlawful detainment. It's an unlawful detainment.
Terrorism Act. Okay.
And you will learn that this is not a crime.
Okay.
This is not a crime, so you're officially detaining me.
The auditor calmly asks a simple legal question: do I have to provide my details? Instead of answering, the officer immediately moves towards detaining him under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. At that point, no reasonable suspicion has been explained. The auditor has not behaved aggressively, made any threats, or committed any offense. Section 43 is intended for situations where an officer reasonably suspects that someone is involved in terrorism. It should not be used simply to obtain identification from someone exercising their lawful rights. According to Home Office data for the year ending March 2023, there were around 1,166 Section 43 stop and searches across England and Wales, resulting in only 29 terrorism-related arrests. This illustrates how rarely these searches lead to terrorism offenses and highlights the importance of using these powers carefully and lawfully.